Welcome back to my Mastering Your Push-Up series. Kareen here from CIG Energy Fitness. Today I have for you part 5. Now part 5 is focusing on your hand position and then leading up to the position of your elbow in relative to your body when performing a push-up. Alrighty, so when it comes to your hands and the positioning of your hands, it doesn't matter whether you're on a flat surface, so doing push-ups on your toes, or if you're doing them up against an elevated surface. So the positioning of your hands is going to be the same. Alrighty, so when we think about the positioning of our hands, we want the line of our hands just outside of our shoulders in that space. Alrighty, so what that then is doing, together with screwing your hands into the ground. So think about the movement of turning your wrist or turning your arm. Alrighty, so straight away what that is doing is creating an external rotation through our shoulder. And also what that does with that twist, pull up my sleeve so you can see, with that twist or that screw in of your hand, it's actually changing then the position of your elbow, as you can see. Alrighty, so if we're in a position like so my hands are just outside the line of my shoulder there, going down, I've screwed my hands into the ground. From this position, you will see that my elbows are then quite close into my body as such. If I'm not going to be screwing my hands in, I've got more of a chance of my elbows actually flaring out as such. And when your elbows flare out, even if you just make this movement as you're sitting here watching, you can see that your shoulders then turn into an internal rotation position. Now we want to try to avoid that positioning of our shoulders, as we're actually putting our shoulders in quite a compromised position, and we're more likely to injure ourselves with that internal rotation through the shoulder. Alrighty, so lining up your hands just outside of shoulder width, screwing hands into the ground, which allows the elbow to then come close into the body while we perform our push-up. Alrighty, so that is the positioning of your hands and then leading into the positioning of your elbows as you're performing the push-up. Now, when it comes to actual hand placement as such, we have two different options which are going to actually determine the muscle group that we're going to be working even more so within the push-up. So our two main muscle groups that we're working while we do our push-ups is our chest and our triceps. So if we are having a wider grip, so a wider stance of hand through our push-up movement, and we're still doing that exact same screw into the ground, our grip is just wider, that's more likely to target our chest area, as opposed to if we have a really narrow stance with our hands. Again, screwing those elbows in as tight as possible. That narrow stance is more targeted to working your triceps. Okay, so that can be an awesome, that can be really beneficial for you in the knowledge if you were performing a lot of push-ups. Then you can vary the load through the placement of your hands when it comes to muscle soreness, so distributing, hitting different muscle groups will vary then the muscle soreness for you as such. Alrighty. The other tip I just wanted to provide in that space as well, if you're doing push-ups against an elevated surface, you will be targeting and hitting a little bit lower through the chest region when performing elevated surface push-ups. Alrighty, guys, I hope this one has helped. Any questions, please reach out.